Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 15th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Calling the Lakeville Board of Health meeting to order. Is there anyone recording this? I see no one.
Mr. and Mrs. Kavicki had mentioned doing a future well, and we said, well, this wouldn't preclude you from putting one further back, closer to the pond. All right, they have one right now that's actually underneath the deck in the back of the house. All right, so, but we didn't put it in as a part and parcel to the project. We're working with the existing one they have with the assumption that whatever they put in the future will be a better situation. We can get them towards the pond and they'll have more setback.
Yeah, I was just thinking it too, because look at that space here between the two buildings and where it sounds like they probably end up doing the work together.
Mhm.
Maybe you get one well in and the other well in at the same time, and I don't know, while you're doing all kinds of other stuff, it's, you know, sometimes it's better to mess everything up once instead of twice.
I think the additional 10 to 12,000 per house, however, is probably not in their plans at the moment, okay? But I think in the future, you've got them set up to do only the right thing.
Because they're drinking pond water probably.
Now I got a question to Ed on that, on the well thing. Are we gonna require a well test to get a certificate of compliance on a tight tank?
Yeah,
Okay.
these are done because of a sale, and that
Okay,
requires
so yes.
a well test. We haven't had the well test yet,
Okay.
but like I said, we won't give a certificate of occupancy until.
Should we do one ahead of time? Just to see
It
what we
makes
have?
sense, yeah,
I
because
think
that
we
way,
should
if you
know
know
what the
you
base
need a treatment
condition is.
system, you would,
Because, I mean, logic would say that a cesspool, replacing that with a tight tank is gonna eliminate a problem if there's one there.
Right.
But if we already started with one,
Especially when
it's
you're
gonna
just
take
50
time.
feet to the cesspool right now.
Yeah.
There's very probability there's nitrates or something in that well already.
I'll see that we get a test
I
done.
didn't realize it
so
was a sale, what you were saying, that there were just two people living there. Like, I thought there was a repair situation.
The Kavickis are not selling theirs.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
One's a sale and one
the
isn't.
Melvins purchased theirs probably 4 to 5 months ago. I didn't finish the story, I guess, when we morphed into the tight tank solution with the Kavickis. They said, oh, the house just transferred next door. I've been talking with that fellow, Bob Melvin, and Rob Melvin got to talk with us, said, well, we'd like to do the same thing. I said, well, you're right next door to each other. We'll bring you in together. That way all your neighbors get notified at the same time if anyone's coming in.
So only one's a sale, I thought.
So-
So one's a sale, yes.
So the sale
But
has to have a
still,
water
there was
test.
still a
It's
sale.
it's taken place already. They already own the
No, we
house.
did, yeah, we went out and perked it and
You
everything,
perked it, okay.
yeah. So we knew one
So
was, and I
well
just kind of
tested.
assumed the other one was too, but, I guess it wasn't.
I'm saying, usually when we, the sale, we have designs, well tests, everything before the house is sold, right? It sounds like these sales are.
No,
they have
a lot
up
of
to 2
those are
years, I
as is,
think.
yeah.
Oh, they were just as is.
And I think
Okay.
they want up to 2 years after the purchase to
Yeah.
fix it.
Okay.
So yeah, we'd like at least a well
Yeah.
test. I mean, I would, with a shallow wells.
I think
and
I'll get it
for a
done ahead of
certificate,
time
we'll-
before we do the work, and we'll have it tested again afterwards to turn into the
The one
town.
that's sold has to have one,
Yeah.
and we highly, highly recommend the other one does at the same time.
I think it's worth it for both of them, really, just so we have that, so nobody can come back later and blame anything upon
Yeah.
new work that's been done. It lets them know what the baseline is ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's funny, I had a job many years ago where we had a water line traveling, not in a defined easement, but it was traveling with permission through a person's yard. And when we redid the septic system, we had to relocate the water line. It was actually a shorter distance going to this guy's house when we relocated it, and we put all new piping and everything, and yet they complained about a loss of pressure after we'd done it. I said, we should have been in there and done a pressure test or something beforehand, but it's too late after the fact, because you don't know, you don't have anything to say what it was before the change was made. So we will do a water test, we'll do 2 water tests, one to protect everybody ahead of time.
Okay.
So I'm good. No,
Yeah, me
nobody's
too.
here to speak on this, actually, there's nobody in the audience, so
I'm good with both of them, but we're gonna vote on one at a
And
time.
that was,
that's 26. We'll
that was all Ed stuff too, right?
Ed was just making sure the state. Ed
Just
is
to
on
take
the-
the whole-
Yeah, and, there's deed restrictions on these as well,
Yes.
so, but that will be done later.
So they are, and you verified it is an existing 3-bedroom?
No, I didn't,
Okay, so you will,
no. Yeah, if, same thing, like, when we're doing this, I think one of them's a 1-bedroom, right?
I think Kavicki's was a 2-bedroom, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the assessors has it a 1, and that was
Yes.
the one I want to clear up. Whenever I see a discrepancy, I always say this is the time to clear it up.
Yep.
So if possible, if I can do a walkthrough on that to confirm that there is 2,
Mhm.
because like, sort of, as of right now, the assessors has it as 1, so we
Okay.
need
But then-
confirmation to do it.
I'll ask them to contact you and schedule a get together with you, and
Yeah.
then we can get the deed restriction written up for the proper number of bedrooms and get that ready to turn in.
Okay. And if we're doing them, can we just do both at the same time?
They cooperate pretty much, the 2 of them, so,
Yeah, so-
see what we can do.
And I
it-
saw that too, and I was thinking about the whole 220 gallons a day, like by the state, right? So it's
Yeah.
like everything's automatically to, like
Even though it's a
designed to
tight
do,
tank,
right?
You can't
But
increase
tight tank's
flow.
different, right?
Yeah, the idea is, for a tight tank, the design does not matter, but
Right.
since we're here, if we get this confirmed, because in case 5 years down the road, they say, hey, I wanna turn my tight tank into a bottomless sand filter, we'll know how many exact bedrooms there are with them.
Yep.
So just, especially when you see a discrepancy, like when someone's saying it's 2 and the assessors are saying it's 1, I always like to clear it up.
Yeah, 'cause once the cesspool is gone, you don't know, there's nothing in our file that says how
Right.
many bedrooms, so.
Right.
That's the only way to determine is to walk through and count the rooms.
I don't think they have any problem with that.
And then whatever the rooms are is what it's gonna be deed restricted as.
And that's
No
understood with the
increase in
tight tank, there could be no increase in flow, so.
Just 'cause it's a zone A and then
It
it's just-
stabilized it, there's no increase here, there's nothing suggested or requested.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
You good?
I'll do it. I'll make a motion,
You usually just jump in, so.
I'll make a motion, we approve the, 2 variances for 26 Fuller Shore Road, with the conditions that they confirm the tank location, so they don't need an after-the-fact variance. They have a water test done, and our agent, does a walkthrough to confirm the bedrooms,
The deed restriction, right?
and the deed restriction to how many ever bedrooms he finds.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 26 is done, so now we'll move back on to 24 Fuller Shores, which we've already presented, and there's nobody here to speak to it. I believe Ed, we just addressed everything,
Yeah, that's it.
same thing, so walk through a water test.
So ditto. So I'll make a motion, we approve the 2 variances for 24 Fuller Shores Road, with the conditions again that they, locate the tank so there's no after-the-fact variance. They have a water test. Our agent counts the existing number of bedrooms and then does a deed restriction to that number of bedrooms.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Next on the agenda, MJKS LLC doing business as JK Cafe at 12 Harding Street. It is a new food establishment. They're gonna need a food permit and a milk and cream permit pending paperwork needed and inspection. So we'll have to do 2 separate votes, one for the food and one for the milk and cream. No one here is to talk on it, so I'll turn it over to Ed.
So they have their, paperwork, they still need a couple things on the paperwork, and they need the inspection. It's too early for the inspection right now, because they're not ready. It probably won't open for like another 2 or 3 weeks. But with, our schedule, we decided to move this up to this, because we weren't sure of our later.
So we have the first and the third hit this month.
Right, so that's why we put it there. So he still needs some paperwork and everything. Most of it's the old Sunshine Cafe, and then, like I said, probably the day before or 2 days before we actually do the inspection, just so everything is, ready for that,
So what conditions should we put in here? What paperwork are they missing?
Just, he needs some food handlers, so he hasn't hired all his employees yet, that was part of the problem. So he has all his certifications, the chef and owner, but he will hire some more people in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So once he hires them, then they will send us their paperwork as well.
But he could open just with his right now, right? If nobody else.
He could, but he couldn't have anyone else work there, so it would be a 1-man show.
Okay.
Now, I just have one quick question on the septics in that property. I know we just approved 2 septic repairs, because there's 3 separate septics on that property. This one, I believe, was the only one that was
Yeah.
working out of the 3.
Yeah, this is the third septic.
So that's not gonna hold up any type of opening of this restaurant, even though the other 2 haven't even been installed yet, I believe, and I haven't seen any work.
Yeah, I mean, although it is a transfer of ownership, the actually goes per property, not per tenant. So the other 2 failed on their own. So if this owner decided to sell this property, he would have to have that third system inspected and see if it's passed. But a new owner can come into that restaurant without a Title V inspection.
So it's not a change of hands of the property.
Correct.
It's just a new restaurant leasing the property. So that,
Yeah. So this guy doesn't know anything about the septic or anything like that. So they don't maintain it. It's the owner who maintains it. It's the owner.
Just a
who owns
tenant,
it.
right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he owns the restaurant, but not the property.
And then we'll do, a new food inspection once they open up prior to, or once it's opening, we do a food inspection? See if they
Yeah, so
close?
we do it like the day before as a pre-opening, and then probably within the next 3 months, we'll do another one,
Okay.
once it gets open.
All right, I have no questions with it. There's nobody else to speak on it.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve the food establishment license for MJKS LLC doing business as JK Cafe at 12 Harding Street, contingent upon the final paperwork being brought into Ed and final inspection.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now, is there 3 we have to do? That was a food establishment. Now we have to do milk and cream, or is it just
Yeah, that was a food establishment, and then you would also have to do milk and cream.
so we have to do 2 more for the same property?
And so,
we have to
but
do,
there's
No, one
no,
more.
there's no conditions for the milk and cream.
The food permits, the food
The milk and
establishment,
cream
right?
is one permit.
okay.
Yeah, the
So-
food permit is a food
That
establishment.
we just
Yeah.
voted on. We
Yeah,
just
so
gotta
it's
do the
just the
milk
2.
now.
All right, make a motion, we approve the milk and cream, permit for MJKS LLC doing business as JK Cafe at 12 Harding Street, contingent upon the same paperwork and inspections that Ed will need to do.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's approved. Next on the agenda, Casey's Curbside Bistro, a 1-day event being held June 9th, 2024. It's a temporary food permit for 1 day. That one also is pending paperwork and needed inspections prior to the permit being issued. But we can vote. I'll turn that one to Ed.
Yeah, sorry, that's been revised. We just got all their paperwork today. So it says pending paperwork. We actually have all their paperwork. It is pending an inspection. And since the event is until June, on these 1-day events, what they do is I will actually inspect them, where they have a regular showing, like they go to Kingston every, like, two Thursdays out of a month, and I'll actually inspect them while they're working in Kingston, and then, that okays them to work here in June.
Isn't that the same guy we're approving now? JK?
No, this is KC.
This is Casey's.
So
Oh,
where,
sorry.
Yeah,
Where's
this
this
is
gonna
a
be?
food truck.
Okay.
where's this 1-day event gonna be?
It's in, Churchill Shores, Churchill Street and Churchill Shores.
Okay,
But it's a private party.
private party.
We-
At a residence. It's not open to the public, or I
Okay.
don't believe they're in selling food. It's just a private.
Right, they just go and they give out all their food, and the owner, whoever, contacted the services pays for everything.
But
Yeah,
they still need a permit.
right.
The fire department also, but it's a separate, we're not involved with the fire department inspection, or you set that up also?
No, we notify the fire department, but we don't do any of the scheduling and everything there. It's just, most people don't know to have it, the fire department inspect them. So we always notify them, like, hey, you need a fire department inspection as well, just to remind them.
Okay.
But we don't actually do it.
Now, this has nothing to do with this, but if they were already licensed as a vendor, say that KC was that guy and he was in Lakeville, he wouldn't need to do this then, right? Because he'd already be licensed in the town to serve
Correct.
food?
He's in the-
Okay.
if you're licensed already in town, any food establishment in town
Can
doesn't.
serve anywhere they
Yeah.
want.
Anywhere in town,
So,
you're
so
already
like the,
licensed.
like the food trucks that are currently in some of the parking lots, they could go to someone's house and still do it. Doesn't,
Okay.
it's not specific to that location.
All right, that was my question before I had them come confused, but I still wanted to know. I'm good with it. You guys good?
I'm good with it.
Good.
I'll make a motion that we approve the one-day event being held June 9, 2024 for Casey's Curbside Bistro for temporary food permit, subject to them getting the necessary paperwork.
Just inspections, we have the paperwork.
Inspection, sorry.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next on the agenda, review and approve meeting minutes from February 21st, 2024, as typed. All three members were present. I read through them and did not see any errors.
Lengthy minutes
You know, it's
for a
only-
short meeting.
Yeah, two
Lengthy.
things on it, but there were, actually, there was only, yeah, two on it, but they were lengthy. Everything looked, from what I remember we discussed.
I'll make a motion, we approve the meeting minutes as typed for the meeting on February 21st, 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's it on that. Now we'll go to announcements. Whether or not 2024 Household Hazardous Waste Day. I believe this is on our website also, Ed, is this
Correct,
posted?
it is.
Okay, it is going to be Saturday, May 18th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Lakeville Transfer Station, 100 Kenneth Welch Drive, open to all residents at no cost. And there's a full list, I'm not gonna read them all, of everything is what they can take and what is not allowed. And then it says proof of residency, year-round or seasonal required, so you do need proof you are a Lakeville resident. This event is being held on a first-come, first-served basis and may end prior to noon. I guess if they get to that capacity of what they're allowing to take, is that what that means? So
Yeah,
it may not be open, and just so you're aware, it could close early if they get the capacity on their limits of the hazardous waste they are allowed to take for the day.
Okay.
Ed, do you have any comments on,
no, I think you summed it up pretty good.
and it, like I
Other
said,
than, like I said, if you do need more information, you can go to our website.
and
all
it
the
is
information.
posted of everything that you can bring, on our website, and it is
And
free
what
of
is not
charge,
allowed.
no cost.
Yeah,
The not allowed is kind of comical, but
Okay, that's it for the announcements. Next on the agenda, discuss the recent Board of Health agents pending items and or the board's item. Members?
yeah, just, so everyone knows it's been a wet, spring, so we're expecting a bad mosquito season. I think I mentioned before that Plymouth County, mosquito control, they do sprayings. They will start spraying on June 3rd. You can start making requests on May 28th. All that information is also on our website. So just click on the Plymouth County mosquito control, link on that, and it'll take you there and explain what they're spraying and how they spray and at what times they spray, and gives you all the information. And you can actually request several per year. It's not just one per year. But we would highly recommend that, like I said, now's the time to do it, because you want to keep the numbers low now for, because it's going to be a long season and we're going to have a lot of mosquitoes.
yeah, I just saw that Bristol County flew larvicide spraying over parts of the Hockomock of 138 just like last week or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone's anticipating a rough year.
Yeah, Plymouth County they also do flying. They don't fly over Lakeville, but they do larvicides, but they do that by hand in certain known places. Like if there's a known place where they test and they see a lot of larvae there, they'll do larvicides. But that's them doing it. They know where the hotspots are and they do it themselves. But like I said, if you want your own personal property sprayed, they will do that as well. Also, it's also a bad year for ticks as well, so something to consider.
Oh, yeah, I already know a few people that got ticks already.
I had two on me today. Not attached, just crawling on me.
Okay, and that's any other pending items?
No, that's it. for me.
Okay, I have just one to bring up. It's just on our meeting schedule for the upcoming months, being the holidays coming up. So our next meeting would be June 5th, which I think everybody is fine for on that one. The second meeting in June is June 19th, which is a federal holiday. I don't know what, I will be away that week, so I will not be here. I know Ed has the day off and he may be coming back. I don't know
I don't think we're supposed to have them on holidays.
Yeah, the town is closed. I mean, the police department will be open, but the town itself
Okay.
will be closed on that day.
so the question is, what do you want to do with the second meeting? Should we have it change that date or only have one that month? And then going forward into July, the first Wednesday of July is July 3rd. And again, I'm away that week. I don't know if either of you two are, if we have a
Well, I
quorum.
can't-
Well, it sounds like we should push our 19th meeting to the 26th, and then we'll have one in between, and we'll have one before the 4th of July, because no one's gonna be around that week.
That
either.
actually works pretty good, I think, because we probably would have barely nothing for the third.
Yeah,
And we might have stuff for the one before, so if we squeeze one in between, that should work.
so we'll do the first and fourth meeting, we'll do the first and fourth Wednesday in June.
Okay, and then we'll only have one in July?
Well, we could do the 10th and the 24th if we wanted to, depending on what we had.
Probably see
We
how it
also gotta
goes, right?
make sure the room's available, though. Changing the dates, does anyone meet in here the Wednesdays we don't?
Yeah, we will have to check. I think we did check and there was nothing shown, but sometimes they have stuff, but they just don't post it. But, we will, you're right, we will have to confirm that. And we will have to consider other, options, other venues, if this one is taken.
Okay,
They do have a fire station, meeting sometimes here on the
okay.
third.
Or we could just have one on the 17th of June, unless you want to try to do two.
Depends on how much we have.
Yeah, that could play into it too.
Rather just post two and then cancel if we don't have one, I'm fine.
Yeah, let's push the 19th to 26th of June, and then post 10th and 24th, but if there's nothing, or just like one dumb thing on the 10th, we'll push it to the next meeting. You know, if there's nothing pressing holding anybody up.
And then going forward after July, all of the meetings.
And then
will be
actually,
back
then
to-
that works out good, because then the 31st is the 5th Wednesday, and then we're back on schedule on August, right off the bat for the 1st.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You good with that?
So we'll
It's on the
know
24th.
at our next June 5th meeting whether we have rooms and everything, so that you guys can make the determination then.
Yeah, well, I plan on that as long as we get a room. And if not here, the library, or our meetings hardly ever have anybody at them, so.
Should, think you should find out earlier and post on our website ahead of time? I would like to post it earlier if
Yeah.
possible and wait until June 5th.
Okay.
I mean, if you could find out tomorrow or for the next week, if the rooms are available, I'm good with setting those dates on our, just so engineers or somebody scheduling.
Right, okay.
will- And then we will announce and confirm it at the 5th, but at least it'll be posted.
Yeah, we'll schedule it and book it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All
You
right,
do
and
that.
then just make a note on the 5th agenda to announce it again,
Okay.
just so we don't forget, that anybody knows. That was the only thing I had, scheduling.
I'm good.
Chris?
No, we had no comments on the housing thing. I mean, I didn't think there would be anything crazy that we would add, but.
Yeah, it wasn't on the
So,
agenda, but there's no
I can-
objections.
I mean, that's, she wanted it by what, tomorrow?
Yeah, but we didn't put it on the agenda, so.
Right.
So we
But-
really shouldn't discuss it.
No, I mean,
So with that being said, then a motion to adjourn.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.